more into getting married.
You were.
Yeah.
Every man at home went, you.
She is.
Women in their talk of marriage is crazy.
Funny, but I was the one that was more into marriage than my girl.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's
was
because...
really much more a religious thing.
Yeah. It's also like, I feel like especially here in this province, like the white people here are heathens. And so as a result, the idea of like marriage and religion...
Oh, it was really not that.
Well, I'm just saying generally in this province, marriage rates are really low.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're not about that.
They're not about that life anymore.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever really been into marriage like that. Though I will admit, because I started filming marriages, you know what was kind of cool? When people do their little speeches in front of friends and family, you know, like at the banquet area.
Yeah.
I always thought those were kind of cool because it's like a chance to give people their flowers.
You're gonna roast a motherfucker.
Roast a motherfucker.
You're not into fucking Ethiopian marriages?
How they doing too much?
Man, fucking.
They got everything.
Yo, not down with that dance.
Yo, why you making it look like contemporary?
That's what the fuck it is.
Nah.
Look, a Romo tribe wedding fucking dance.
Nigga,
I know. Oh no, it's not even the couscous, it's this shit. It's this much shit right here you do. The women do.
That is definitely like the ladies thing, but both genders will do the shoulders thing. Yeah. And they got the beads or the necklaces, and they do the. This guy's watched too many videos.
Well, you think I don't know about you motherfuckers?
I know you. I introduced you to the food, so I didn't know how much you knew.
Yeah, dance, man. It's lit. Yay! You go. Hold on. Let me look for it. Hold on.
No, we're done.
No, fuck that shit.
Let's keep it pushing, okay?
You don't get to decide.
No,
we're
not.
This shit lit.
No, we moving on.
Was it your idea?
She was where the pressure came from. Once we were here, the pressure was on from multiple angles. It wasn't just you at that point.
Really? Wait, who?
Family, friends. I mean, people are always pressuring folks and man to get married.
Yeah.
Have you heard comments? Go ahead. Tell them.
All the time. They always be, when you go to...
I got a story. I got a story too. Yeah.
You go, yo, when you've been with your girl for so long, you start to go, so you go to mom's place and your mom always asks the questions, you know, with her face. So... Sound like a sober Bill Cosby. Pudding, you know?
I saw my mom recently. You know, I went back to her hometown to go see her, you know. And I get in the car, me and my mom are driving. And as we're driving, my mom out of nowhere says, when are you going to give me kids? And I said, where did this come from? She hadn't brought this up in a year because she learned her lesson. She says, you know... Mustafa, he's married, he has kids. I said, what? That's my nigga. Did I miss something? When did he have a child?
Did your nigga get a child?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Mustafa?
like, she's like, look, I'm jealous. I'm like, how do you know that? She says, I was on WhatsApp and he had picture with child. I was like, that's his niece.
Moms do too much.
I'm like, and then she looked at me, she said, okay. But when you gonna give me child? And I got mad at this nigga for having the wrong picture and having my mom on WhatsApp. Because this man calls me.
Why does your nigga got your mom on WhatsApp?
He helps her out. Because I'm not always in town.
Yeah.
You know, when you got a little bit of a language barrier, you need a village to support.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes I hit him up like, yo, can you help my mom with this? And then, you know, that's what good friends are for.
And then you do the dance.
Yeah. I remember my mom, I'd be coming home. As soon as I come in the door, she's like, Abba, naziga. Which means come over here. And I already know some bullshit. My mom, she says, come sit over here in the living room with her. It's always some bullshit.
This is going to be a bullshit discussion.
I know it's gonna doubly be some bullshit if I hear my mom and I hear other women.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Because
There was other women in the
the way
room?
other women look at, they size you up like, oh, who could he? I got a daughter, you know. So they start trying to set shit up, and you always hear. I'm like,
When my mom do that shit, when she did that shit, you do the most. You just stand there like a mighty little bit. You just okay. You get a beating after that, but they leave you the fuck alone.
nah.
You just be like, yo, qu'est-ce qu'il y a, man? Oh. Mon sang, get down, get line. No, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? And then there's other women around. You just be like, what was up? Like, oh, you're not marrying my daughter. No, bitch, I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also you got dreads, and you look the way you do. You know, you're not as presentable.
J'ai a tattoo.
You know, me when I had my huge afro, it was a lot easier.
True.
My fucking family.
Oh, your parents did love me, huh? Yeah.
I told you.
I thought they hated me after I broke up with you. Or do they still like me now?
They sent you Christmas gifts, you ding dong.
I guess.
They send you Christmas gifts, you ding dong. And them gifts are better than mine. Shit.
Those aren't parents that still like you. Those are parents who still want you to marry their son.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Out of all the lovers you've had, where do I rank? Is it shot time?
I mean, yeah, but I have to think about it.
No, you don't.
Well, you're definitely not at the top. That's what you
You're not at the
confirm
top.
like a donkey. If women like you and you the best, they want to tell you. They want to tell you.
Like Drake tells it.
There you go.
You're the fucking best. You're the best.
Drake made that song forever ago, and this nigga can't keep a single woman. You know he's lying. You know he's lying. If one of his first singles, "You're the one for me," and this nigga been single for another 10 years, banging all these broads, rented out fucking Dodger Stadium to go on a date, you definitely not the best he ever had.
What could have possibly saved our engagement?
Nothing. Because I didn't have the capacity to understand.
Yep, I agree with that. I was like a trophy. I was always on the shelf, and you would take me down, dust me off to make you happy for the moment, show me off to whomever, and then once the moment passed or once you retired, you would put me back on the shelf.
Yep. That's not how you deserve to be treated.
I know, but for some reason, I was all right to settle with that.
Why didn't it work out? This is an easy one.
Do you want to answer this question?
Absolutely, because it all comes from me. At the time, I didn't understand how unhappy I was, mostly because we weren't communicating, and all that was coming from me. She was communicating with me, I was not communicating with her. Eventually, this kept driving a bigger and bigger wedge between us, and eventually I was just like, man, I just want to feel like somebody else cares about me, and went out and found somebody else to sleep with.
He cheated.
Yeah, it was great. And
Short
by
and
great, I mean,
sweet.
I don't even remember who the person was.
Yeah, it was great.
But I think this is what like decent accountability
Yeah.
looks like, you know, not putting it on her saying he fucked
Yeah,
up.
he fucked
Good
up.
for him. Good for him. You know, good for him. I mean, yeah, he cheated on the woman he was supposed to marry, and you know, the rest of life, and betrayed her trust and all that good stuff. But to accountability, got to give credit where it's due. Mm-hmm. See, but if you were a high value man, it would just be exercising options, and you would have never done anything that's wrong. So just always remember that.
High value man.
That's right. All you broke people are watching right now, this isn't for you.
Why don't you remember that person?
Because it didn't mean anything to me. It's just like, it was truly just a meaningless experience to me, and it is the biggest regret of my entire life.
What do you think about that? When people say it was a meaningless experience, what do you think?
It's a possible thing.
A lot of people can't understand that. Why would you do something like that? Why would you bone?
But there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Just like you said it once back then, you know, people, genders cheat for different reasons. Ultimately, like generalization, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it means a thing. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like ladies sometimes ask, like, how do guys just constantly have like meaningless sex? And it's like masturbating sometimes.
Sometimes you need to clean the pipes.
That's it. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't. Yeah, but you're betraying this girl's trust. Of course, the implications of the actions far more outweigh, but the action itself is just.
That's just the same thing. I see guys. How can you guys have meaningless sex? You're betraying the person that you love, and if that, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely 100% right. How can you be intimate with someone that you're not having meaningless sex and then just rattle about it to all your girlfriends? You're betraying their trust. Doing the same thing. You're betraying the person's trust by just telling what you're supposed to be in confine of other people. It's different. It's a different story, but at the end of the day, you tell stuff that were in the the intimacy of people.
Are you comparing cheating to gossiping?
Yeah, I just did.
Don't worry, ladies, I was doing that face for y'all because I know that's how you guys are looking at Preach right now. Just never forget, I understand you ladies, all right? Next time you think somebody's a misogynist.
But they already know. They already know.
Black women know.
No, please. When was the last time we had sex? Describe it in all its glory.
I'll take a half shot for the second half of it, but that was.
When you snort, instant divorce. That's nasty. Nah, I can't take nobody outside in public. No, bro, that's embarrassing. And as a high value man, I'm taking you to like a public function, you know, talking to CEOs.
You're not high value.
My bank account disagrees.
Hey,
I
hope so.
No, but seriously, the whole snorting thing, that's such a... I knew one girl who was like really attractive, but she snorted so much and it would just kill the vibe because you'd be looking at her like, damn. And she was like...
So loud too.
You'd be like, damn, why am I thinking of bacon right now? It's just...
That was literally yesterday.
It was yesterday. But yeah, really vanilla sex. Nothing too interesting.
So you two are sleeping with each other?
Yes, we are. And this is just recent, but we're not technically together or anything like that. For me, personally, I think it's because it's like, I know you. Dating apps scare the shit out of me. People can be scumbags. And it's just like, I know who you are, and there's a comfort in that. So I think that's why we're just kind of like,
Figuring it out.
we're trying to figure it out.
Y'all fucking.
That's it. I think the man wants to get back with her, but she's not about it.
She's not about that life. She fucking with you because you convenient.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Yep.
But
You see the way he's leaning in all the way on the table and the way she's just chilling backwards? Man, listen, once a woman starts to feel indifferent about you, it's already a wrap. Just keep it pushing.
How did your friends and family react when we broke our engagement?
Oh, shit. Yeah, my mom was pissed.
That doesn't surprise
Oh, my mom was fucking furious.
That doesn't surprise
I
me.
think dad was sad for me, but at the same time, he could sympathize with you because he did the same exact thing to my mom.
Yeah, but she stuck around, and that's why they still married. What? You don't find it funny that what her mom was willing to tolerate and stay married in, the daughter isn't, and then she kind of looks to them like, oh, that's a good relationship? It's just interesting. It's like, I'm not mad. I think everyone should draw the lines. If you're not okay with it, don't be okay with it.
Yeah.
But there's like a certain interesting thing where it's like, you know, sometimes people say stuff like, oh, I want a marriage like my parents, but like, you don't always know what happened within that marriage or some of the dark secrets.
You
like,
absolutely do not know until you come into a certain age.
man, listen, because my
Trust.
mom's my homie now, like we friends, right?
You and your mom?
Yeah, we have different conversations.
Nah, you
There's
good?
a point where you go from child
Yeah.
to friend.
Yeah.
You're still a child, but you're a
Yeah.
friend now.
Yeah.
So they have different conversations.
Yeah.
They start to let you in on family secrets,
Yeah.
things that you're like, he did who to what?
And the juice?
Yo, listen, my family,
The juice?
days of our lives, my nigga. I'm talking about like, I can't even say. I can't.
thing.
It's like
What would be
people go to jail.
What would be the name of your soap opera?
Days of our Injara.
Days of Red Jara?
Yes, yo.
Me would be voodoo spells and money.
That sounds like a good book. That sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons.
Voodoo spells and money.
Yo. And what you learn is like some of the people who stay together who look like such great relationships to you, you realize like there's some dark shit that happened between them. Things that they keep from everybody. And you're like, you guys look so good to me for so long though. So just remember all those great marriages that you see, oftentimes there's some darkness to it. It's not always clean cut.
What would it take for us to get back together?
I would need to know that you trust me again in that capacity. And I don't know what that would entail.
Hey man, I'm gonna also say this. If someone says they can never trust you again, you gotta keep it pushing, bruh. Especially if they hold that shit over you. You gotta keep, I'm not saying that's what she would do, but you know, sometimes people have these things and they're like, man, I'm trying to fight for her trust back and I'm trying, but she just doesn't want to. She says she never will. It's time for you to walk away, bruh. Don't let her hold that shit over you. You made the mistake. Maybe she forgave you, but she's not willing to move past it. And if that's the case, that's okay. That's her right. But don't sit there and apology for the rest of your life, okay? And don't make her have to sit through that and have to make her try to pretend either.
Just makes you miserable.
So, yeah.
Right? Because I still understand that you don't trust me in that regard. And I wouldn't, I mean, rightfully so. so that's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. This is kind of why we're in this uneasy, what the fuck are we doing state.
Yeah.
Is he trying to win you back right now?
He is. He's trying. I don't know if I belong with you, honestly. I don't. Again, I think we're both trying to figure that out right now. But I still love you and I still want you to be happy. I don't know if that's going to be with me or if that will be with somebody else in the future. If it's with somebody else, I hope you treat them much better than the way you treated me.
Okay.
I'm keeping it pushing. Keep pushing.
Good for her. Good for her. She realized that she couldn't go backwards and she made her decision. So I think I support anybody who takes care of themselves. So good for her.
Pushing, bro.
Again, good for him for accepting accountability.
Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes we also romanticize the things that we had. We're like, oh man, I let go of something good. Also, it doesn't mean that even if you would have held on, it would have come out good. Mm-hmm. You know, the reason why you neglected it wasn't just in part because you hate yourself. Also, sometimes it's also partially because you just weren't into that person. You weren't willing to do the work for that person. And sometimes you need the next relationship or the next really good one to realize like, oh, yeah, that wasn't for me. Even though she was a great person and on paper it sounds great, for whatever reason, I could never do the things in this relationship that I could do in that one. And I think knowing that, that's like a tough thing for people to stomach. And so they romanticize, right? They, with rose-tinted glasses, they look at their exes and be like, man, if I would have just done this a little bit better, or this, we would have worked out. It's like, you're not remembering the bad stuff. You know, the same way sometimes people talk shit about their significant others and only do one side? They do that a lot also on the other end of the spectrum.
That's why I keep on saying. Don't talk shit about your significant other to other motherfuckers. Because at the end of the day, we're going to look at you crooked and side-eyed whenever you're going to go back to that motherfucker and post pictures on the way like, my one and everything. And I'm like, bitch, that's not what the fuck you was saying before. Don't talk shit. Because we're only going to remember the batches you was talking about. And we're going to come back. You're going to go back to that person. Now you look stupid. And they definitely look stupid. Don't talk shit about your significant other to other people. It's really one-sided. You're frustrated. You want to vent out. Doesn't matter. We don't see the other side. Now, two of you look stupid. You deserve each other. Idiots.
Is there anything else you want to say on this?
No,
topic?
I'm good.
You sure? Okay. With that, we're going to end this video. Let us know what you guys think in the comments.
You don't like my dance, bruh?
Eu tenho confiança na sua imitação, tão conectada como tendão. Acredito em você, sei que tu tenho confiança em você, sem dúvida tu virá. Mesmo quando estarei velha, sempre choro.